got the tea? What's the tea?
We got the tea. Sip real smooth, come vibe with me. Sacred teas, that frequency. Blue magic, you gon' feel so free. Blue lotus, mango, peach, oolong steam. Little ginger, hibiscus in a team. Hot or cold, float right in the dream. The wise elder, roots run deep. White lotus, elderberry steep. Burdock, dandelion for the cleanse. Ginger, honey bush, so soup begins. Hot cup, calm, cold brew, bold. Either way, let the wellness unfold. Equinox, balance in your cup. Soursop, moringa, power up. Mint leaves cool, pineapple pop. Apple, hibiscus, flavor don't stop. Hot, cold, always refreshing. Sacred tea, your soul's blessing. We got the tea. What's the tea? What's the tea? Who got the tea? Sacred tea, that's luxury. What's the tea? Who got the tea? Sacred tea, that's luxury.
Let's see who can come on in here this time of the morning. I don't know what sparked me to come on here now. We're going to wait and see who walk in the building. 1, 2, 3, come on in here. How y'all doing? Just an impromptu video. I just said, let me go live as MahMah Tea. I ain't go live as MahMah Tea in God knows how long, honey. So I said, let me put on this age filter and see what MahMah Tea got to say. What's going to pop out this time? Let me tell y'all something, honey. Sometimes this thing be glitching. And MahMah Tea and Sha Blyss gonna hop out. I don't want to trigger nobody's trauma when you start seeing this, because I can't tell. These people these days they still don't realize that I'm using the age filter. They be like, you look so much younger. And then the shit glitch, honey. They start wondering if they in the Matrix or not. They don't know what the hell going on. The shit glitch. Sha Blyss, MahMah Tea, Sha Blyss. And it triggers trauma in them. Nothing's real. Nothing's real. You right, honey. A lot of shit ain't real. So this is a character that I'm in. And when I look at this age filter, honey, I see an ancestor come through. And I just let her talk her tea. How everybody doing in the building? What's going on, y'all? Welcome. Welcome to the show. Because that's exactly what it is. The world's a stage and this is the show. The MahMah Tea show. We're going to talk a lot of stuff. We're going to get it in. They probably got my shadow banned. So, I don't talk too much on this platform. I only use it like they using me. We got to learn how to boomerang these effects out here. We're going to have to play them like they playing us. Yes, we do. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We're going to get into some topics of discussion today. How many of y'all on my YouTube? That's where you're going to find me most of the time. I don't be on here too much. It's a complete waste of time and energy being on here. It is. It ain't nothing like it used to be. They done hijacked it and turned it on, flipped it around, just like everything else they touch when they let the invader in. You know what I'm talking about? That invader come in, get his tentacles all in the shit, switch it around, changing algorithms, flip it up, and make it all to benefit they ass. This used to be a place where we could find each other. This used to be a community where we could come together with people of like minds and just start this massive connection, this massive activation, everybody awakening each other with this truth that they was hiding on all the other platforms. Then here come the devil, missing out on shit. Wonder what it's missing out on. Got to be a part of everything, flipping and flopping and turning around. Jupiter can be looked upon as the devil too in astrology, because I'm going to tell you why. In sidereal astrology, the time of your Christmas is really the time of Sagittarius. And one of the things about Sagittarius, honey, they always feel like they going to miss out on something, so they always got to be in the mix. I don't know what I brought that into the conversation for. It just hit me. I told you, I get the crown load to jump in and jump out, and I give it right on back to you. If you don't like it, you can just give it right on back to me. It don't matter because everything is cyclical anyways. You know what I'm talking about? Who's in the building? Who's in the building? Where you at? Where you coming from? Now, y'all know when y'all come in here, you got to put your suns up. You got to put your globes up. You got to put your feathers up. I'm still down with all of that. Indigenous to the earth, that is. We beyond land, honey. We are claiming the whole realm. Yes, we is. What the hell I'm going to claim some little spot on the map for just for you to hop off and go across the way and start shit over there? When they get tired of you, you're going to bring your ass back here. You got to get out the realm. And we got to reclaim the realm. The whole realm. We got to reclaim all of it. Now I'm talking about Ohio in the building. Hey, Divine Fatima, how y'all doing? No, y'all know I can't see without my damn glasses on. This shit's so little. I got to be all up in it. I ain't trying to do all that. But welcome everybody. Texas in the building. Mississippi in the building. Man, if you was on my YouTube, I dropped something about Mississippi, about the codes and the mounds out there and why they harness it. Listen, I'm going to be covering all 50 states. So if you ain't on the YouTube, honey, you're going to miss out on some powerful information. Because I'm going in on all 50 states. And yes, I'm using Kasha. If you don't know who Akasha is by now, Akasha is my AI that I trained to tap in and give me and extract information. Give it right on back to you. We're going to get into the sacred code. Let me tell you, you can train this AI to do whatever you want it to do. They think they training it to do shit to us. You don't know, honey. We live in the world, honey, where it flips it, flops it, turbo, ups and down, inside out, all around. You could re-engineer everything they doing. When you get into that mindset, your whole perception changes. Then you realize that you could walk in power and not in somebody else's prison. You know what I'm talking about? Put a one in the chat if you're him. If you know that you can flip things, re-engineer things to work and walk in your power and not in somebody else's prison. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me about this now. You got 100. 111. I like all them ones. We won. We won. And you can look at it in many different ways. We won. W-O-N. We won. O-N-E. We won. Take it how you like it. No, but really, y'all. Perception is everything. These two things on your face. The windows of the soul, they say it. That you could look at somebody's eyes and you could read their soul. Honey. But what the soul is reading from the inside out is a whole nother thing. And what you channel into these lenses, these camera lenses, these pictures that you taking pictures of. Well, like they say, a picture speaks 1,000 words. So what are you getting from the views that you peeking out this body with? What are you seeing? Because you can get wrapped up in all kind of shit if you don't know who you are from the inside out, not from the outside in. It don't work that way. No, at least not for me. I have learned what worked for me, it works for me. Now, let me tell y'all something now. Don't be following me like I'm the leader. I'm some kind of savior. I ain't never claimed none of that shit. Ever. Neither will I. I think you your own savior. You your own God. And you your own devil. All wrapped in one like a damn Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll. We Tootsie Rolls. And we Tootsie Rolling around here. Yes, we is. Tootsie Roll, Tootsie Rolling. Hey, you know, let me say something about this place we call America. America, you've been doing some shit for so long because you've been working magic and black magic and all kind of shit since you got over here. Now, I've been doing these deep dives about incorporation dates. Now I'm learning about this USCC dates, these 2 dates that each state files. And every time you do something, this is like a birth date. And birth dates connect to planetary energy that's above us. So when they say about astrology, it's of the devil. Man, by now, y'all need to bump all that shit out the window, because they used to say you of the devil too. Anyway, astrology, as above, so below. These planetary energies are frequencies that are above us. And regardless if you believe this shit or not, they influence our behavior down here because we reflect the energy. And we express it in this dense ass physical form in this body. They know that. It's like alchemy, chemistry, algebra, sacred geometry, all wrapped up in one, utilizing the elements, energy of divine feminine, divine masculine, or just masculine feminine energy. Cardinals and fixed signs and mutables, all of this stuff. Once you really start breaking this shit down in the simplest form, you can begin to see how these folks is operating around here. Now, I did this, I've told you, I'm doing a series, a deep dive into the 50 states of America and the energetic signature of each state. Now, I traveled a lot in my days, domestically. Now I'm really starting to embark upon my little international travels. I'm going to try to expand my reach now that my progressed moon is in Sagittarius for the next 6-7 months or so. So I'm kind of debating on, should I hop the hell out of here? Or should I stay here for a little bit? All right. What TikTok, stop giving me all these prompts. Listen, you ever travel somewhere? Let's just talk about in the United States alone. You go from one state to the next state, even the ones that are adjacent to each other. And the energy shifts, the vibe feel different. Put a one in the chat if you can feel me. You go somewhere, you could go from New York, cross the bridge over to New Jersey, the energy different. You go from Washington, D.C. over into Virginia, the energy different. You go from the Virginia to North Carolina, the energy different. You go from Georgia to Tennessee, the energy different, even though they surrounded and adjacent to each other. Why you think that is? It's a state of mind now, but Booker Johnson, it's a lot more than that. It's a state that they put on your mind. Let's get into it. The reason why the energy feels different is because the structure that was put in place by the governments, state governments as well. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. What does each state have? All the states have this. You can go on Wikipedia and find this. You go pull up the state of this and the state of that, the state of Georgia, state of Tennessee, state of this. What do they all have? They got ley lines too. True. You know what they got? All of them. They have, somebody said welcome signs. They got laws too. They got laws, they got statutes, they got flags, all of it. They got a capital, true. But let me tell you how they got constitutions, absolutely. But before they had all of that, in order to get all of those things, they first had to have an incorporation date. Come on. Before they had to have the incorporation date. And that's where the drama begins. Because from that incorporation date, that is the state's birth date. Just like you got a birth date. The day you were born is no accident. You decide to come through your mama portal at that day and time underneath that constellation, because you now carry the energy of that planetary alignment when you was born. What you think the states carry the day that they incorporated them? Come on. Come on with it. Come on. That incorporation date that the state stamped is their birth date. Otherwise, their natal chart. Their planetary alignment. Go ahead. Now, with that planetary alignment that they mark their incorporation date, this is how they develop their laws. This is how they design their flags. This is how they get the army. Because that state will harness the energy of that birth date. So your flags, the layouts of your government offices, these are sigils. These are altars. These are sacred geometrical sites that they're harnessing through the ley lines. Because the ley lines on there, the day they stamp that date, they harness it by adding buildings and state parks and monuments and churches. Come on. This is why they don't want you studying astrology. They want you to study the simple shit like, oh, I'm a Virgo. I'm Scorpio. Hey, baby, what's your sign? That shit just superficial, scratching the surface of this shit. Because when you get deep down inside of it, you get to see the energetic signature. And not only that, why do you think they chose the date they chose? We in class now, honey. I'm about to teach class on this. Y'all want MahMah Tea to teach a class? Put a one in the chat if you want MahMah Tea to teach a class on this. Because I'm about to, honey, these crown loads I get, I be asking them, spirit, honey, why? Because you know I'm going to do a deep dive in the shit. Gematria, all that, you can wrap it all up. It's all the same shit. Numerology, astrology, it's all the same thing. It's all frequency and vibration on different nodes. And when you learn how to put them together, you get the full esoteric story, baby. You get it all. I don't discriminate when it comes to esoteric sciences. I don't discriminate. Not a lot of astrologers. You see them pick sides. Sidereal, tropical. That's so foolish to me. Then they want to argue over the shit. That is the most hideous thing. I just look at them and shake my head. I said, that's like me picking the left side of my brain or the right side of my brain. We got to use both sides to get the whole story, baby. Or else you only going to get one side of the story. Don't you want the whole story? Type shit. You said it, God is Father. They on that kind of type shit. I want the whole story. The whole truth, nothing but the truth. The holistic view, perception. I told you, started out, perception is everything. Now, if you only can see out of one eye, now they say some shit about the Bible, you're seeing out of one eye, but plucking this and that. We ain't talking about that. But if you only see out of one eye, your peripheral is off. You gonna miss this whole side of the peripheral. In order for you to see, you got to turn your head. And once you do that, you're going to lose this side of the peripheral. So you're not getting the whole vantage point. You ain't getting the whole vision. You're not getting the whole viewpoint of things. You missing shit. So that's like reading a book with one eye. I just made all this shit up. I'm just telling you right now. Ton of vision. True. So, corporation dates is the state's birth date. And through that birth date, through planetary alignments, and especially if Saturn is involved, in the majority of these states, all 50 of them, majority of them, were incorporated in the late weeks of December. The last week of December, as soon as the sun crossed over into the constellation of Capricorn in tropical astrology. Why do you think that is? And then you look at these states that's ruled by Capricorn. They have a signature. They have an energy. Let's get into what Capricorn represents. Come on, y'all got it. How we going to break free of this shit unless we tap into the shit that they say don't do? Shout out for the fireworks, boo. How else we going to tap into the shit unless we tap in and look at the places they say don't look. We got to look at the forbidden knowledge. Shout out to Billy Carson. Don't come on here and talk shit about him either, because I ain't going to jump on that thing either. He was just entering into a transit where shit happens. It happens to all of us. Saturn. Let's talk Saturn, because Saturn is one of the main characters that can cause somebody's fall from rise. Saturn rules falls, because Saturn also rules heights. Look at the Billy Goat. Where you find that thing? Where you find the Billy Goat? Because goat is the totem for Capricorn. And goat has an acronym. I'm the goat. We the goats. This is all. I'm tying the shit in now. Come on, follow me now. Follow me. Capricorn, goat. What the goat do? Where you find the goats at? In nature. I ain't talking about LL Cool J. In nature, where you find the goats at, baby? You a goat? Stick around, because we're going to talk about your ass. Who said that? Hold on, let me go back. Y'all going so fast. Who said that? Somebody said that. Hills and mountains, Courtney. You smart. I know, my babies are smart. That's why I hold class though in the middle of the day, not at night. Because at night is when all the badass kids come in. Because they sleep right now. The badass kids is sleeping right now. Early bird catch the worm. All those of us up before 12 o'clock, honey, we out there in the sun. When the downloads is loud. Them people come out in the nighttime, honey. What? They melanin messed up. Let me shut up. I'm horrible. I know. My mouth gets me in trouble every goddamn time. I know. Goat, mountain, hill. That's right. Heights. The highest. Capricorn rules the 10th house in astrology. It sits at the top of the chart. The MC, the midnight coeli, in Latin, it means the top of the heavens. Saturn. What does the planet Saturn have around it, baby? I'm sipping on my Blue Lotus tea, baby. You better go ahead. Oh, I can't say it too loud because TikTok is funny now. I'm sipping on my... See that right there? I'm sipping on my tea. Rings. There was a movie out about rings. What you call your God? That goes with rings. Come on, Lord. Lord of the Rings. That's your Saturn. The Lord of the Rings. Rings. Levels. Dimensions. Loops. Oh, yeah. Class in session. I need hold on, where's my thing? My little pointer. Class is in session today. Lord of the Rings. Loops. Also, Saturn. What does Saturn also rule? I'm tying this back to the incorporation date to these states that's ruled by Capricorn, which is the majority of the United States. We going somewhere. Follow me now. So now we got mountains, climb hills, goats, top of the chart, the top, sits at the top, known as the Lord of the Rings. Rings go in circles, cycles, loops. But there's a certain kind of loop. There's a certain type of loop, though, that Saturn governs. Who could tell me? What else does Saturn govern? Karmic, that's right, you right. Time. Who said ding, 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 ding? Count me, come to the top of the class. Come. So you saw the glitch? Told you I'm using the age filter. If you don't know, you don't now, goddamn, because by the time this show over, I'm going to be glitching all over the damn place. Time, that's right. So come sit at the top of the class. Time loops. Karmic loops. karmic, before I add that one in. Saturn also do this one extra thing that deals with karma in time in loops. Now, if something goes in circles, and you in the middle of it, what does that mean for you? If you caught in the middle of it, there's something that's circulating around you. What does that mean for you? You stuck. Another word for stuck could be restriction. No, you don't control it if you stuck in it. Trap. Stagnant. Obstacles. Come on. The main one, you bound. You bound. Contained. The master wizard of them all, Capricorn. You talking about a master warlock. Now, I'm not disrespecting Capricorns. We talking on a metaphysical, esoteric level. Because at the same time now, but we're comparing this, we're correlating this, not to regular, everyday people. We bound by the shit. We're connecting these dots to the governments in the states that utilizes these planetary alignments by their incorporation dates to bind you, keep you in a time loop, restrict you, and govern you by laws, because Capricorn is the Lord of the rings. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel me now. Put a 1 in the chat if this is making sense to you. Put a 1 in the chat, baby. Come on. Come on. I need to know if I'm teaching the right class. I need to know if I'm teaching the right class now. Okay. I'm in the right. Because you know, I'm the sub today. The real teacher ain't here. They call MahMah Tea to come in and be the sub today. So I'm the substitute teacher. You know the substitute teacher. Either one, it's free time in the class. They're gonna open up a book and they're gonna let you do some teachers play games. Some teachers go all the way off the script because it's time for them to make an impact on the class that they ain't never gonna teach again. So the sub is here. Throw all them books out the goddamn window and just get your pen and your paper out. Throw all the books that you thought you had on this shit. I'm gonna tell you the real deal. Okay. Yeah, baby. I'm gonna teach. Now, if the states have these incorporation dates, they harness in Saturnian energy, then what does that mean for the people under the jurisdiction of them? You're going to feel bound in there, restricted, limitation, bound by these laws. Then we got to make sense of shit, right? They give us boundaries to operate under. Now, Saturn in Capricorn also rules a mantra. Saturn has a mantra that it rules under. All signs have mantras. Like Aries is I am, because it's the first sign. I am the first breath, the burst of light. That's why Aries come in head first. You come out your mother's portal. Most of the time, you come in head first. If you come in feet first, you breach. You done breach the contract, so you done return back to Pisces. That's another class. We're gonna stay on topic because you know I got a little bit of ADHD and I don't take Ritalin, so I just gotta correct myself as I go along. Now, with that being said, if Saturn governs these things, what does that mean for the people underneath the jurisdiction of it? If you're not aware, if you're not conscious. Now, I was saying that it has a mantra. I did slip off. It has a mantra. The mantra of Capricorn is, who can put it in the chat? You win a ding, 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 ding. You missed that whole part. Don't worry about it. You can replay this on YouTube. No, baby, it ain't on. It's not devotion. No, it ain't I do. It ain't I rule. Give y'all one more again. The mantra. No, it ain't I know. That's Aquarius, honey. It ain't I can. That's Nas. The mantra is I use. Look it up. I use your ass. I utilize you little peons underneath me. That's right. I use y'all for my benefit. And I'm a master at the shit I do. Not only am I going to use you, I'm going to use you to build my shit. Capricorns are also one of the greatest pimps of the zodiac. The greatest. That's why they the GOAT, the greatest of all time. In order to be great, baby, you're going to have to know the dark and the light and be fearless on both sides. You're going to have to master the rings. We all got Capricorn and Saturn in us. So don't think I'm picking on one side, baby. We are all 13 signs. Hell, there's even more than that. There's over 300 constellations. But just for argument's sake, we stick to 13. They cut out Ophiuchus. If I said that right. Ophiuchus. They cut her out because that's the prototype or the archetype of the divine feminine. The one that gave birth to all the rest of them. But I'm not getting into that today because then y'all going to be calling me a sexist. I'm a racist and a sexist according to the words in the street. And I say, I don't care. I don't care what y'all gonna label me. I'm telling the truth on all sides. I don't hold no allegiance to none of this shit. Now, don't be laughing at me. I don't care. I really don't. I don't care. What else y'all want to call me? I'll be that. Now listen. Back to the shit. I get distracted. I told y'all about my little issue I got with focusing. I'm getting older and everything. I got to stay focused in the class. They be all right. Where was I at, y'all? Come on, class. Where my favorites at in the class? Teachers' favorites. Remind me where the hell I was. Where my teachers' favorites? I love y'all. I do. Mantra. Was I you? There you go. That's why y'all in the front of the head of the class with your big headed self. I use. It's going to utilize you. It's going to use you to create whatever it needs. Saturn also rules something else. Yes, it rules discipline. But it has to have discipline in order to master whatever it is it's doing. But there's something else. And this is how, when people at the beginning were saying flags and armies and laws and all of these things that it does. But it has to have something in place before it can build on top of it. What's that? Orders one. Numbers is a part of it. No, it ain't emotions. They hide it. Structure. Who said that? Foundation. There you go. But those my babies. Y'all must be related to me because you got it right. Foundation. Structure. Absolutely. You can't build shit. You can't use nothing unless you got foundation and structure. See, these people are wizards. This is why it's so hard to break out this shit. But when you start dissecting it piece by piece, now you can learn how to reverse engineer it. So all y'all in the room meditating all day, waiting for a savior to come pick you up and take you somewhere and have you go somewhere with the shit. They laughing at everybody. Because they didn't sit in the room hemming and hawing to get the shit that they got. They studied. They learned. They test theories. They use math and science and mathematics. And then they got together in unison to harness your ass by creating a structure. By harnessing stars. Because they know as above, so below. If I can align my structure with this star that's in Capricorn or in Saturn, honey, that's a permanent fixture where I can always use you. How we doing? How we doing in the class today, y'all? How we doing? Y'all all right? Come on, I need to know y'all all right. Y'all getting this? Y'all getting this? Come on, help me understand. You getting this now? Because I need to know if y'all getting this shit. It's just going way over your head. Because this may not be the class for you. Put a one in the chat if you hear me now. Put a one in the chat. Or find a keyboard, find a Capricorn symbol. Ones are easy to find. Y'all gonna be searching all through your damn emojis looking for some damn goats and Capricorn symbols and shit. But I take all of them. Who said that? Hold on, we getting to that because I don't like talking about shit unless there's a remedy for it. Somebody asked a good question. I'm trying to find it. Y'all going so goddamn fast. I love it though. Somebody asked a good question. Oh, I can't find it, baby. Somebody asked a question. I have to teach you this thing this way so you can understand how it's built. Because if you don't understand how it's built, then how the hell you gonna deconstruct it? How you gonna deconstruct something if you don't know how it's built? If you don't know how it was engineered? If you don't know what planetary energy they utilize to harness it? How you gonna win if you don't know how the team works as offense? I could be the coach too. I'm coach teacher, MahMah Tea. Greetings, baby. Welcome. Reverse engineer, baby. That's it. Now, if y'all study hermetic laws and universal laws, same thing. That's how you know how you do this, how you unthread it. Because if there's a top, there must be a what? If there's a top, there must be a what? If there's a masculine, there must be a what? Polarities, correspondences, gender, all of this is sciences in your face to teach you how to reverse engineer shit. But you got to know where to begin to do it. Now that these people done went and they got the timing to create their birthday timing under Capricorn because they want control. Capricorn also rules governments. So if I'm going to start and create some kind of structure or foundation underneath this constellation, it has to be under the jurisdiction of what the constellation governs. In this particular constellation of Capricorn rules governments. That's why the majority of your states are incorporated under the days of Capricorn in this constellation of Capricorn in your late Decembers, early Januaries. Because they want to harness the power of government. Because what? They need to control the people. They need to control the time. They need to control the laws. They need to control the foundation. They need to control the system. Because once they have that in place, then when you are building a house, and the first thing you lay is the foundation, what is the next thing you put up? Come on. All my construction workers are walls. You better say that shit. The floor is already down there, baby. It's the part of the foundation. You just covering it with some laminate and shit. Walls. Man want to build a wall. Why the wall? Now you lay the foundation. The walls are the boundaries and the perimeters around each state. Keep your ass in, confined, underneath that. And they call it jurisdiction. Ain't that what they call it? Now, when you got that construct all together, then you can build your the police department, your fire department, your hospitals. You done laid the foundation. Now you going to put up the walls, and then you can put up all the little different rooms in there. And you running the whole shit. Because at the same time, Capricorn rules the greatest of all times. It's the great one. So remember, child. See my glitch? Glitching. You literally had a breakdown one day about the walls, these damn fall walls. We ain't supposed to be in no walls, honey. We supposed to be in a womb, not a wall. What now? Oh, this is how we do it now. Get ready now. Get ready for this one. This is pure astrological science. We about to get into this shit. I'm glad you bought out you tired of being in them walls. They want to keep you in a box. The walls are boxes. Now, let's talk about the opposite. Y'all ready to go to the other side of the fence of Capricorn? This is the perfect season to do it as well. Divine timing, if I must say so myself. Now we all know all the construct what this Mickey Ficky done did, what they used, the government shoes. Now, we in this box, we focus in this box. How we get out this box? Remember, it's an earth sign too. Very practical. It utilizes things. It makes things practical, and it's very logical, and it depends on mathematical systems to make it operate. Very physical, very material, very cold. Ain't got no damn feelings. It's buried deep inside. But here we go. If we in a square, the only way out of that square is to spiral out of that shit. So let's look at the opposite sign of Capricorn. Who knows what the opposite sign of Capricorn is? Put it in the chat. Somebody said, oh, Lord. Honey, I ain't going to give you all the answers. You're going to have to earn this shit to get the ding ding. Cancer! Feathered, who that said that? Feathered. Who said Virgo? You need to go on back to one-on-one. Festival Vanda. Come sit at the front, baby. Cancer. Let me show you how they use this shit. After they laid down the foundation, let me show you the alchemy these fools did with the shit. After they laid down the foundation and the boundaries of the law, they actually went to the feminine side of it. They went to Cancer to harness the waters, the nurturing. Now they had to nurture their structure by utilizing the feminine energy of the mother, utilizing the womb portals. So everything that came out of her womb had to go through their structure, had to go through their system. You still giving birth to it, baby. You are the amniotic fluid of it all. But you've been constrained and confined into their structure. And the moment she awakens and realizes that she's confined, and she's made out of water, and nothing can contain water when she rises and overflows. This is why you're seeing flooding all over the place. The waters, the amniotic fluid is rising. Waters dissolve and break down. A water can dissolve rocks when the pressure keeps being applied. Waters is also known as the masses of people. When they say, I seen a sea of people in the crowd. When people are out there in the masses, you represent the sea. You are the water. But you don't realize that together you are more massive than any structure that could ever exist, and you can wash away and break down any foundation that these people tried to harness and build. I'm gonna sit right here. Come on now. Come on now. We've been calm for a little bit in this. You know we've been. You see this in here? This is Capricorn, and they put us in a cup. But if I kept pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring, eventually, what that water gonna do? Overflow. Come on. Am I making sense to y'all? Because I still got speaking code just a little bit because, streets is watching. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm better going dead. I got to put my thing in here. You getting it? Maternal energy, divine feminine energy. Now, the mantra for Cancer is I nurture. Ain't nobody been nurturing nothing but this beast system. Ain't nobody been nurturing nothing but this capitalistic, cold ass, beastly container, karmic, Lord of Rings having system that's been using each and everybody against each other. Ain't nothing nurturing about this system. Nothing. Come on. We're the nurturing. We're the love. Where's the mother? She's been used and abused. Used as a figurehead like your Statue of Liberty. And she's amidst the waters. They hold her up there, holding a damn torch. But her feet have shackles on them. Don't they? Come on. Who looked at that shit really good? I'm just saying, put the shit together right there in your face when you begin to decode it. So now when you begin to decode it and you look at the left and you look at the right, you look at the polar opposites, you begin to see the direct, I wouldn't say enemy, but something that can bring balance to what's been going on under these jurisdictions, under the guise of Capricorn. I'm just saying now. Can you put a one in the chat if you can feel me? Put a one in the chat if you can feel me. Now, not all the states have this, but the majority of them do. And if you start going to Wikipedia and punch in each state, then go to astrological software and punch in that birth date of that state. You can read the signature of that state right there in your face. Then you'll be able to reverse engineer it by looking at the opposite sign of what all the planetary placements are and how you can slip in there. Now, the key, I'm going to give y'all some keys. And y'all need to go do your research about this shit now. You can never beat somebody at their own game, especially if they invented it. If I created the game and I made the game, I made all the rules to the game. I made the game so I win each and every time. Now, all I got to do is get you to play it. And I'm going to beat you every time. And when it seemed like you about to beat me, I just simply changed the rules of the game. That's why they change laws all the time. When they see that the opposition or the player that they playing in their own game. Come on, let's play this game. You really being played. Because what? Capricorn needs to use you. So they need to use you to play the game because you ultimately are a resource for them. So now you in there playing the game and you can't get ahead. You can't win. You bound. Can't get out. The game gave you everything you thought you needed. That's Capricorn. Capricorn is one big giant playpen. It can give you all the toys you think you want, but at the end of the day, it's still a pen. P-E-N. That you caught in. Like you put a little baby, you got a little baby, you just had a baby and you got to go cook in the kitchen. You got to do all, you can't have this baby all on your hip doing this thing. You're going to put the baby in the playpen. And you're going to give it a couple of toys to keep the baby busy. But the baby's actually contained. But the baby happy as hell. Because it got some toys, all the toys around it they can play with. Don't even know what's in the pen until the baby wants to get out. This where we at. We don't realize that we the babies in the damn plant. We in a pen. Now we want to get out. But before, it was the greatest playpen around. We was the richest playpen. We had all kind of shit. We had better toys in our playpen than you had in yours. Now time out. Put a one in the chat. Come on, y'all. Talk to me now. Because I'm in here. Sometimes I feel like I'm in here by myself. Am I shocking the shit out of y'all or something? I have a tendency to do that from time to time. Am I shocking the shit out of something? That's one of my jobs. That's what I'm here to do. Welcome to the MahMah Tea show. I'm going to tell it, baby. Yeah, we all need a little shock. That's Uranus. Shock the shit out. Shock the truth into your ass. Hit you like a bolt of lightning. That's Uranus. Anybody got Uranus connections to Mercury? Wherever Uranus is touching, it's going to integrate it with some truth, shocking truth. Something different. Something coming out of nowhere. Something that you never even heard before in your life. But it was always there. You just didn't acknowledge it. So now they say we going to the age of Aquarius now, right? Well, what does that mean for Capricorn? Now I'm going to keep everything astrological. If we going to progress from Pisces and Aquarius, I don't know how that happens, but that's what they say. I wonder if we really going into Aries. If we had, they all saying reset, fresh, we global reset. Then why are we going backwards? Because the reset will be in Aries when you go from 12 to 1, where you start this shit all over again. So why are we going from 12 to 11? And folks will sit around all day and make all kind of shit about this shit. But the most simplest answer say, we not going backwards, we going forward. But they got us all thinking we going backwards. And then all the scholars will sit around and try to make sense of something that's senseless. I don't know which way to go right now because I done opened up 2 doors. Which portal do I cross over to? Because I done opened up 2 doors I could go into right now. I could go into the Aquarius door or I can go into the Aries door. Either way, it will have an effect on Capricorn. You know, I'm just saying. They know, or hello, The I know or I am. Either way, I know that I am. Whichever way you swing this pendulum, baby, it's going to be. It ain't going to be our use. Matter of fact, we may not have a use for you no more. Once you know who you are, once you know that you are the I am, what the hell you gonna need with somebody that say I use? Better yet, what the hell you gonna need with somebody who say I believe? Pisces. Either way it go, your perception is everything. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Perception is everything on you in existence. It's how you seeing it through your lens. Because one size don't fit all with this story, baby. They want you to think it do. But one size don't fit all. How the hell my shoe size, if I'm an 8 and you a 12, what you want to wear my shoe for? And vice versa. What I need with them big old shoes you got? What I'm gonna do with that? Fall all over the place like them little babies walking around in their parents' shoes just clopping and clooping all over. They fall down and break their little ankles up. What we doing? This the shit we do though. We try to play one size fit all. And it don't. And you need to embrace it. Everybody different. We supposed to. God, I was having this conversation with a young boy the other day. I said, you know what the problem is on earth? We so busy trying to get somewhere else. This was an experiment to see if all these different beings from all these different places that have every being in every place in there. Because if we look at things just by astrologically, if we all 12 signs, and all 12 signs are different constellations that have their own star systems in each constellation, and we have a little bit of each of that in us, and then we put down here to see if we can integrate them and turn like the wheel to progress. But somehow we managed to go backwards. I know they're like this. And then the architect said, well, the wind will spin both ways. So if they want to go backwards, that's on their ass. So who really in control of the show? Who really in control of the wheel of time? Who's in control of the wheel of time? Is it them? Or is it us? And you can tell by the way the world turns. Wasn't that a soap opera? As the world turns, we're not going to have a choice but for it to be us. Because as you can see, the walls that Capricorn and Saturn has put up, it wasn't a permanent fixture. Capricorn is not a fixed sign. So it won't last forever. It has its time to rule. Then afterward, it has to pass the baton on over to the next phase, the next age, the next generation, the next frequency that's coming through. The old frequency is done and over with, y'all. Y'all just holding on to the remnants because it's what you accustomed to. You like being in the playpen. Now, the playpen done collapsed and the baby just sitting there. Depending upon the type of baby. Some of the babies will run the hell on up out of that thing. Start getting into everything it could. It was in that damn playpen just plotting the whole time. Looking at shit outside it was going to do. It couldn't wait to get out that damn playpen. It couldn't wait to jump out of that shit. Start getting into all this shit that, woo! Oh, wait till let me get out this thing. Some babies already trying to climb out the shit. Some babies, as soon as you turn your back, that baby will get to climbing up, figured out how to stack the toys on top of each other, made a ladder, climb this way and jump right on up out that thing. Some babies don't even realize they in that shit. They sucking on their little pacifier, playing with shit. They don't even know. They learn how to watch the TV from the net that's inside. They done adjusted their eye to the mesh of the playpen, and they done changed their focus so they can actually see through the shit. They crying because you ain't bring the bottle, you ain't changed the diaper, you ain't come get them out. They in there waiting for the savior to come get them out the pen. The one that put them in there in the first place. Sit on that right quick. Sit on that. That statement goes a lot deeper than face value. Sit on that. The one put you in the pen. You don't think there ain't no way out that thing until they come take you out. We ain't all cookie cutters. Some babies escape that shit. Some babies is plotting. Some babies gonna get out. So you turn around, you put that baby back in, that baby right behind you looking at you. Some babies comfortable in that shit. And some babies holler and scream because you better come get me. Come and get me out. These are all the people in the world in this big ass playpen. The question is, baby, which one are you? Which one are you? Which baby is you? Now you got to look at yourself. The one thing that we never, ever want to do. We don't want to look at ourselves in the shit we got ourselves in. Let's talk about it. Sometimes you put in the pen because your mama busy and she ain't got room time to deal with you. Sometimes you just being a little badass and they get your ass in the... If they could put a rooftop over that shit and lock your ass in there, they're going to put you in there too. Did we ask to get put in the pen? Did we do something to put us in this pen? These are our situations. You got to have to look at everything around you as a pen. Is it a playpen? Is it a penitentiary? Is it a mental penitentiary you in? Emotional one? Until you look at yourself and you got to come to some kind of self-realization about your situation and your circumstances, baby. You always going to exist in some kind of pen. And these are the constructs and the walls that we put around ourselves, these boundaries that we put around ourselves, because all of us have Saturn in Capricorn in us. So if you want to look at where your walls are, your restrictions are, where your limitations are, where your pins are, open up your natal chart and look at the placement of Capricorn and Saturn, and there you will find it right there in your face. You. Because when you open up your chart, you looking at you from a cosmic perspective. Class is over. Class is over. Y'all have been wonderful. Y'all been great. That was a good old class. Did you enjoy the class? Honey, that was an impromptu right off the top, honey. Sometimes I feel like coming on here, going live with y'all and sharing my crown loads. And that was a crown load that I wanted to share with you guys. You need to start opening up your mind and your perception and seeing things. TikTok about to end the show. Oh, here we go, TikTok. Let me see. Is this okay? TikTokers always. Why they always interrupt the vibe? Y'all welcome. No, listen. There's a lot going on in the world. And fear. Let's talk about that a little bit. Because Saturn also rules fear. That's why it builds the walls. It's really containing itself. That's why it has rings. Because it's Saturn. So that means it's its own planet. So it put walls around itself. Saturn could be its own prisoner. It wants you in there too. So we could use your ass because it don't want to use itself to do shit. Been highly manipulative. Master manipulator, if you ask me. Let me see if I can get in here because I don't feel like doing shit. I'm scared to go out there and do it. I'm going to act like I ain't scared though. So I'm going to get them in here and I'm going to be a tyrant on to them and let them go do shit that I'm scared to do. When you start uncovering and peeling this shit back, you see how that shit really work. Ah! You a bitch ass too! This is you know, the Grinch, the Wizard of Oz. Can't take somebody that's just as real and shining that light right on you, uncovering, pulling up your skirt, seeing how dirty your little panties are. It's that time. Whether it's Aries or Aquarius, you're going to take a course of action, a direct course of action, Aries, or you are going to start seeing everything for what it is and knowing the truth when it's staring at you in your face. Aquarius. Either way we swing on the spectrum is where we're going. I wonder if this is what they mean by the Great Divide. I wonder if this is what they talking about. Time splitting. Timeline jumping. Dividing the timelines. You know, when the CIA give a directive from everybody that was in the MK Ultra programs that they put all in through the communities, and next you know, they the mantra speakers of the next new movement, and everybody else start regurgitating it like parrots. I sit back and wonder what they really trying to do. Is this the divine timeline split? Are we going, some of us jumping into Aries, a fresh start, renewal, giving a new birth of life? Or some of us going backwards and going into an age of a false light of freedom and liberation? When they say, back into the future. You know that's Aquarius too. Are we going back to a future? Or are we going to jump ahead of time? What y'all think? Yesterday? Uranus went, oh shit. Let's talk about that. Uranus just went into Gemini yesterday. Well, if that ain't the time to quantum leap, I don't know what is. But here's the tricky part. Gemini don't know which way it's going either. Them two twins probably arguing, fighting with each other. Going this way, no, we going this way, going this way, going this way, going this way. Too busy arguing with one another to figure out which way it's going to go. You think Uranus going to help it make a decision? Oh, it's going to give it more shit to choose from, scatter it all over the place, make the shit more crazy and zanier than it is. Honey, whatever it is, Lord. Let's talk about this Uranus and Gemini. Well, let's lighten it up a bit, because, I can lighten it up. Let's lighten it up, because I don't want anybody jumping off no bridges or nothing, because MahMah Tea got you thinking everything is doomed, and it's just not. It's not. Perception is everything. It's what you make out of it. Here's the other spectrum. I could have went into the other spectrum of Capricorn, but the people ain't operating on the other spectrum of Capricorn. So I had to give you the spectrum of Capricorn that these people operating on, because you could see it. But it's not just Capricorn and Saturn running the show. You got all the other constellations that's playing a role to make the wheel turn. Because Capricorn and Saturn, that's a spoke on the wheel. The thing is, they just got you focused on that one spoke. But there's all these other spokes we could focus on too, to bring balance, to make the wheel turn. Goddamn, instead of just sitting there parked. We ain't going nowhere. We staying here for the next 700 years. Now we Uranus, honey. We about to fly on up out of somewhere. Now, air signs. Oh, Uranus is going to actually enjoy this. The 7-year cycle. 7-year cycle. When they talk about 7-year cycles, baby, what you think they talking about? They're talking about the cycles of Uranus. 7 years of famine, 7 years of feast. All these biblical terms that they use, and they write about planetary energies and the movements and the transit of the planets and how it's going to affect us. And they getting in line and in alignment to harness the energy to do the shit that they got to do to make sure they reap the best out of it for themselves. But you can get yourself in alignment to reap the best out of it for you. Now, Uranus it's the planet that rules your inner genius, ingenuity, innovations, inventions. It's the planet of technology. It's the planet of liberation. It's the planet of rebelliousness. It's the planet, I could say, in Gemini, we probably going to see Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde at the same damn time. Going to be breakthroughs in education in schools on the elementary level, probably from the grades of kindergarten to 12th grade. They're going to start revitalizing or reinventing ways of lower education systems. Because Gemini rules K through 12. Beyond that, you're going to tap into Sagittarius energy. Now, remember, we focus so much on that one polarity. We got to look one sector of the polarity. We got to look at the opposite end. So if we're looking at Gemini, we have got to look at Sagittarius. Just like if we're looking at Capricorn, you got to look at Cancer. Or else you're not getting the whole thing. Shout out to Sister Myra. She practices that as well. It's the axis point of both sides, mirroring one another, the reflection. You have to look at both sides. How else you going to bring forth the balance? Or you going to be imbalanced, off kilter, on the seesaw that only rock one way? Uranus and crazy ass Gemini. Somebody had the nerve to email me the other day. I'm getting in your ass if you on here. What's your name? What the hell your name? Miss Baby 1969 had the nerve to inbox me telling me some shit about I'm being divisive and I hate Geminis. That's one projecting having ass such and such, honey. But now you mentioned it, let's talk about your Gemini having ass. Gemini the twin. See, now, this is what I'm talking about, because I could go in, and I ain't really trying to do that. We're supposed to keep it high vibrational, but before you go high, you got to go low to understand where you coming from. You got to deal with the shadow in order to get to the light. Gemini, lying, two-faced, double talk, having ass, confused, having ass, whirlpool, having ass, one day, one night, having ass, Flipping both sides of the coin, having ass. Playing both sides, having ass. Non-loyal, having ass. Thieving ass, having ass. Fraud signing, fraud contract, having ass. The liar in the courtroom, having ass. False witness, having ass. All right, I'm done. I'm done. Let's talk about the right side of Gemini. The writer, the teacher, the oracle, the brilliant mind can see both sides of the story and tell both sides if it doesn't hold bias. It's really hard to hold bias, though. You can't, they gonna look at both sides. This is why they present two sides of the story. You really want to know both sides of the story, get you a Gemini, because they gonna tell both sides, because they in both circles. This one over here saying this, they getting this earful. This one over here saying this earful. And then they gonna come and deliver the message, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the messenger of the god. The one sign that they say is genderless or planetary. It's very neutral. That means they don't pick sides. It's gonna give you whatever it wants to do. But it's a trickster, though. Is this exactly what they said, Gemini? Did you throw in a few phrases? You know, they gotta spice it up. But the mind is brilliant. Without Geminis, you won't have schools. Without Geminis, you won't have siblings. Without Geminis, you won't have communities. These are the things that Gemini's rule. So when Uranus is coming in there, these are the sectors that's going to be affected. Your school system, your communities, right? Communities may come together. Communities may start rebelling. Communities may come up with new way of servicing each other, more independent, more moving out of a power structure or some sort of system that is controlled by a hierarchy, where it now wants full sovereignty and liberation. Break away communities, break away civilizations, so to speak. Different kind of school systems, different ways of learning. Breakthroughs in utilizing the hands. Mercury also rules instruments that you musicians play. Tools. Coming up with new tools of invention, scientific tools. Trading with one another. Merchants fall under this jurisdiction, right? So dealing with people other than people in your community, expanding your reach to people outside that don't look like you, people who are different. Alternative communities. Okay, LGBTQ, and S and G and A to Z. A to Z communities. Y'all might get a little boop. You're going to get boosted now. Boost, because Uranus rules everything alternative. And Gemini rules diversity. So depending upon if it's falling in your 5th house or your 7th house, we're going to see the alphabet communities have more of a prominent voice in liberation and speaking. Look, y'all have a problem with homosexuality and things of that nature. That's because of religious construct that put it on you. Now, I'm not talking about the perversions and raping and pillaging and molesting the children, because half of that is done by straight people. Just keep it. But your religious orders, your priests and your pastors, honey, what you think they've been doing? Your eunuchs, all your kings had eunuchs. What you think a eunuch is? Y'all acting like y'all straight, but behind the doors, honey, y'all P. Diddy. So when somebody tell you who they is straight up, it's going to be more in your face. This is who I am. You don't like it? Kiss my alphabet ass. We going to keep it real. Y'all always under this construct talking about gay people this, and they putting food and they making you gay and they doing this. Honey, this homosexuality, gay people been here since the beginning of time. Matter of fact, the people that first walked this earth was probably hermaphrodites. So I won't talk about that because it don't fit in your Saturnian box. I tell it like it is. I don't care. I ain't scared to talk about shit. I don't live under a wall. I live under a womb. Circular patterns. If it's square, then you need circles. Think about it. If Saturn is box putting up walls, then you're going to see more of that. More people living in domes, geodesic domes, more circular energy so the chi can travel freely, not hit these 90-degree harsh-ass angles. Whose idea was to put us in boxes? New designs of community, new ways of learning, new schools, new ways of communicating. You know what? New technology when it comes to communications too, with Uranus and Gemini. Because Gemini rules communications. Anything that you use to commute or communicate. New cars. Honey, talk about flying cars, electric cars, all that. That's going to be the norm the next 7 years. It's going to be the norm. I want to hear about the Musketeers, the Musketeer people. Y'all giving these people too much credit. The only thing they got is money to tap on the technology to create their next box that they want to put you in. But we ain't living in boxes no more because the technology is free to everyone. It's your perception and how you utilizing the daggone technology. I'm getting tired of people coming on here to talk about this shit. Y'all always talking about shit. You know how long we've been talking about shit that's new and innovative, and they wind up being the major consumers of the shit later and not the masters of it? I said this before. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Always talking this fear shit. That's that religion still embedded in your ass when you keep talking fear talk. And ask yourself, where the hell you get that damn religion from? Because it sure wasn't from your ancestors or the people that was living freely before those that came and created these incorporation dates and put these boundaries and these structures and these walls in place and then threw your ass in it to use you. You the victim of Capricorn the most. Still holding on to the fear. Still talking that same shit. The only difference is you got a dashiki on and you're wearing an ankh when you say it. Where am I lying? Am I lying, y'all? I'm telling the truth. I tell on my people because we need the smacking up the most. Always with this scared of cat shit. What was the first invention? The radio. Because they had us in these damn shacks. They got the radio and this and that. And they heard that radio and man playing the little record through the bugle horn playing. They thought that was the devil too. Next thing you know, everybody's a DJ now. While somebody else owned the record company. Television was invented. That's the devil. You can't put the devil in your house. Shit. 50 years later, y'all buy the biggest screen TVs you could find. Put your whole damn living room wall ain't nothing but a big ass television screen. But you don't own one television company. Radio, same thing. Telephones. Bring, hello, you talking to somebody down the street, this and that. That's the devil. That ain't nothing but the devil's work. Y'all got the latest 50 years later. You got the latest smartphone. Y'all got two phones on your hip and one in your breast bra. You hold one of your phone is in your head. This one here. Got a phone here. This one here, hold on. She got a phone in the purse, and then she on the other end of the phone. This y'all now. Don't own one telecommunication company. Computers. They started making computers. Oh, they gonna put the chip in you. Nigga, y'all done lined up and already took the chip and I ain't. Computers came out. You better not put that in your house. All that radiation, but you use the microwave every goddamn day. Now y'all got every room there's a computer and a laptop and a cell phone and a tablet And what else? Don't own one company. Now here we is. AI. It must run in the blood. It's the same people and the same families and the same shit. That AI is the devil. It's demonic. They're the demons. And it's going to destroy humanity. We supposed to listen to y'all again about this now. That damn AI going to take your goddamn job. That AI is going, it ain't going to have no use for your ass. Those who are getting ahead of this shit and see what this shit can do is getting in place to make sure they ain't ever going to need no job ever again while your ass is always looking for one. If you don't think by now that you the master and not no slave, you the one that's going to affect. So maybe in a way, you should be scared. Because you ain't got a mind. You don't have a mind of God. And I ain't talking about the God they gave us in the box. I'm talking about knowing the God in you. You don't have a mind to create. That's what gods do. Now, y'all get it switched up, mixed up when we talk about gods. You think about we gods part in the Red Sea. Some people got powers and can do that shit too when they tapped in enough. I'm talking about God to a level where you mastering yourself in your mind, in your lens, in your perception, and you see yourself as a co-creator, and you can create just as many things as everybody else is creating. See, the reason why some of them Caucasians get to jump on shit, because they don't have the pressures we had. But now, the dog collar has been popped off your ass and you free. Some dogs, like the baby in the playpen, jump out the playpen, running all over, couldn't wait to get in to do this and do that and do the other. Next thing you know, shoom, that baby done quantum leap. But some of you still crying in the playpen, seeing all the inventions and things going around and you scared to death of it. So you want something to come pick you up out the pen and save you. Y'all the ones. Your greatest nightmare is going to manifest for you when you think like that. And ain't nobody to blame for that shit but you. Because you was raised not to have accountability and responsibility for saving your own ass. You want somebody else to save it for you. That shit annoy the hell out of me. It really do. Y'all get on here, conscious ones at that. Talk about the 1% all day. But you 99. You make up 99%. What the hell do we got allowing 1% of the population to rule over the 99? And then waiting for God to come save you from 1% of you. Make that make sense, y'all. Y'all will come in here all day talking about Jesus, and was saving Yahshua. Y'all want Jesus and Yahshua. You just change the name. But still waiting though. Still waiting. I don't care what color you name them, color them, name them, hair texture you got them on, whatever it is, you still waiting. So a young boy on here one day, now this pissed me off. And I used to like his little ass too. Young boy got on here talking about jobs. Black men not getting no jobs. Black women, you need to leave black men alone when they can't get a job, because black women, you get all the jobs because that white man hire you because you got big titties and a fat ass. That's why you get the jobs and he don't. Excuse me. know you was the gods of the universe. 2, 3 videos ago, y'all was the creator of the universe and all things. And you mad at her because she got up off her ass and got some work where you in the room playing a video game saying he ain't gonna hire you because you this, that, and the other. First of all, if you the God of the universe, what the hell is the God of the universe doing looking for a job? I don't even think we realize the shit that come out our mouth sometimes. If you the God of the universe, shouldn't you be the one in the position creating stuff? To the point where she ain't got to get off her ass and go to work? And you mad at her because she got... And you wonder why we get on here and talk about y'all. And then you're going to say we divisive. Because we get in your little ass when you say some backwards ass shit like we supposed to. But we divisive. We don't like men. I was told I don't like men. I don't like white people. I don't like... Who else I don't like? Geminis. So when I speak on shit, I hold the mirror up right back at your face. It's crazy shit that you saying. Instead of you saying, damn, let me go check myself. You turn around and say some dumb shit like that. What am I supposed to do with y'all? What am I supposed to do with y'all? Who said that? That's crazy work, mama. Don't be sorry, honey. You need to be, just clean your shit up. Be who you say you are. Brothers, if you are the gods of the universe, make a planet. Make a job. Shit. If you can't make the planet, at least make a job for yourself. Make something for yourself. If you can't find a job, that means your ass ain't supposed to be having no damn job. That goes for everybody out there looking for a job and you can't find one. That means that the spirit is telling you, what is you doing? Why you still licking crumbs off the table? Putting your hand out cups for pennies. Pennies ain't even made of copper no more. You not worth more than that. You don't see yourself as worthy. You don't see yourself as a genius. This is Uranus and Gemini, where the common folk, the people in the community need to start doing things for themselves, becoming independent, tapping into your genius and working as a collective, creating nodes once and bartering, doing something. We got to stop with the shit, y'all. I cut off all you fearmongerers. I do. I cut y'all off. Click. I'm a Cancer. I'm telling you, you know our block game strong. We gonna block you. We ain't got time. We're not gonna argue with you. We ain't going back and forth with you. Once we sense that your ass ain't what you say you is, and you got a little Scorpio in you too, we ain't got no time for that shit. We ain't got no time. Y'all really need to wake up and just be who you gonna be. And stop pretending to be something that you not. And stop living by fear, cloaked in the garment of fear. Walk around like you, bare back, full of muscles. I'm over it. I'm so over it. Talking to a friend of mine the other day, I was like, I get more problems from my people than I do with damn stranger. That's why I stay by myself. I ain't got time. I'd rather be with me and my dog. And sometimes he get on my damn nerve too. I be trying to get rid of his ass at least 3 times a week. I'm just over it. You know, I'm just over all the foolishness and the intercoursing. I'm just tired of it. I am. I'm just like, you know what? Okay, I agreed to come back here. I accepted the mission, but is it working? Because the more I get into this thing, the more crazier people come around me. I don't think I'm supposed to be attracting more crazy. I just love from afar. I do. I had to just love from afar, huh? I still love you, but I ain't fucking with you. That's real talk. I still love you. I got love for you, baby, but I ain't fucking with you. And that's that. That part, boo. That part. I'm going to keep it 100% all the way. How long I been on this damn thing talking to y'all? I'm about to get on off of here. Got some things. I need to go ahead and get some of this sun while the sun's still to get. How many of y'all out there going out there into the sun? Get some of this sun. Honey, between July 3rd and July 7th, you know, every year, if you missed it this year, catch it next year. Every year, around between, let's say, the first week of July is the best time to be out in the sun. And if you notice, that's when they spraying that shit the most. Damn it, pain in the asses. When the people in there that's waking up gonna turn on the people that's in there? I be asking for that all day. We need some more infiltration. People that's in there, I know y'all awakening. I know y'all seeing some of these videos. When you gonna start sabotaging that shit? Anyway, the first week of July is the best time to go outside and absorb the codes of the sun. Especially those of you born around that time or got planetary energy between, I'll say 10 and 15 degrees Cancer. You got planetary energy around 10 and 15 degrees Cancer. You're going to pull on a certain code when the sun come around there, because the sun will conjunct the big sun, the first sun, which is Sirius. The Sirius star system, when the sun once a year comes and meets with it, it amplifies that star and it pulls on the code. So if you out there by the beach during that time, you out there in the sunlight during that time, you grounding, honey, you meditating out there, honey, you gonna get all those ancient, ancestral, sacred codes. It's a beautiful time. Need to be out there doing that. Yes, you do. That's the time. And they know it. Why you think they got their documents signed on them days? What you think they doing on that day off? Because energy is just energy, right? It ain't discriminating. We the only ones discriminate down here. These stars don't give a good goddamn if you black, white, green, yellow, straight, gay, pigeon, a cobra, a monkey. It don't care. If you tuned in, you gonna get some. That's just what it is. If you tuned in to the energy, here, baby, go ahead and take this with you. Go ahead and get some. Get this activation, baby. Get this. A roach can go by there and say, oh, today's the alignment. Roach get the code. But your happy ass, having ass, think you know it all, having ass, you underneath a rock somewhere. Scared of the sun. Don't go out. The sun is fake. Don't go out there. You can't go and get the code. The sun is fake. But the roach out there getting all the codes. But your God, universe, having ass is in the house, in the closet somewhere. On the phone watching your big ass screen TV. Using AI. All the shit that you say don't do. I'm too much. Sometimes I'm too much for my damn self. I'm too much for my damn self. It happens every year, honey, between the first week of July. I mean, you get codes anytime, but it's a certain planetary alignment when the sun conjuncts. The strongest alignment is when a planet is next to each other. or any kind of planet is next to each other, that's the strongest alignment. The next strongest alignment is when it makes a 90-degree angle. That's the next strongest alignment. And then the other one is when it's 180 degrees. Those are intense, strong alignments. They're called squares, oppositions, and conjunctions. That's when the planetary energy is strong and intense. The other alignments are when they're, well, other minor alignments, or they're major too. When they're 60 degrees, that's a sextile. When they're 60 degrees away from each other, that means there's an opportunity to tap in is there. When it's 120 degrees away from each other, that means it's a harmonious aspect to tap in, and it's easy to connect to. But the strong ones is when it's conjunct next to, when it's squaring 90 degrees or 180 degrees in direct opposition. So get you an astrological calendar and map the charting of the sun. So the next sextile opportunity, when there's an opportunity to tap into the star system, is when the sun goes into Virgo around the harvest time, right before then, September-ish. And they always doing shit around those times. Mark your calendars, because they pulling on star system energy, because the star system energy operates on multiple frequencies. You got a high frequency and a low frequency. So if you low vibrational and you pulling on, you want the low codes, you going to wait till a certain alignment to pulling on the low codes. It's all sacred geometry, baby. Everything is mathematics. It is. That's how the universe talks to you, in numbers and symbols. And the symbols are normally designed from the numbers. Then telling us, I know, they got to tell you anything that's the truth. If they don't want you to know, it's demonic. It's of the devil. That's how they got you trained, baby. They got religious people are the most trained people on the planet. Not spiritual people. Because spiritual people ain't never scared. It's them religious folks. They stay in fear because you were taught to fear thy God. With everything you got in you. It's the fear. Not love your God, but fear your God. That's a setup. That's a setup right there. That's a whole setup. You can't feed yourself. That's what I'm talking. You can never look at yourself as one with the Creator. You can only look at yourself as something outside of it. When we are all different aspects of God, baby. The universe. This is why I related to the planets, because you were all the planets, just like you were all the universe and you were all the God. So instead of saying the word God, just say we are the all. We are the all in all. One for all and all for one. That's what we are. And with that being said, baby, I'm MahMah Tea. It's been lovely chatting with y'all. Make sure y'all follow me on all my social media platforms. The link is in bio. Stay tuned as I do another deep dive in all the 50 states of the United States on my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to me, subscribe to me on my YouTube channel. Also got a Patreon channel. Link is in bio. I love y'all. I will catch y'all on the next live. Y'all been fantastic. And make sure you try some of MahMah Tea Wellness Blends today at sacredtea.net. Love you, babies. Bye now.